Whoa, what is that? You could take someone's eye out with that.
This is a light stick, and you can use it to make some pretty eye-catching digital art.
But how does it work?
Well, it's made up of lots of different coloured LEDs that change colour as you move it, and you can use it to paint with light. And if you have a camera with a long exposure setting, you can then use it to capture the images.
But why are we here in a skate park?
I'm glad you asked that, my friend. We are going to use our skateboards and interact with the images.
Rad.
I've made some cool images on my laptop and loaded them onto this SD card. The light stick has this little module at the back that can read the SD card. And when I press this button, it will print out my picture in light, one line of pixels at a time.
And then we capture those light pixels with a stills camera.
I still don't get it.
Dude, you don't have to. Today, you're in charge of lights. Go grab them. And Gav, go by the camera. Let's do this. Gav, the camera is set to long exposure, so just hold down the button to take a picture.
OK, Ricky.
I'm ready with the light stick. OK, Andre, kill the lights.
Now it's dark, the stick will leave a trace of light in the air, just like a sparkler does.
Let's go. Let's see how it looked. Oh, wow, it's my werewolf picture from earlier.
The light stick has projected the pixels of my picture, and we've caught them on camera.
That's awesome.
Do you know what? We need something to interact with it. We need another skateboarder. Ah, yeah, it's Griff.
This guy.
But if we got Griff to ollie over the werewolf, he'd be all blurry because of the long exposure. We need a flash of light to capture him in the air. Andre, bring that flash over.
What, this one?
You OK, dude?
Can't see.
Great. Gavin, you do what you do so well and take a picture on the camera. I'm using the light stick, and Andre, you need to shoot the flash when Griff is at the top of his jump. First positions, please. Go. OK, Griff. 3, 2, 1. Oh my days, that looks amazing.
Wow. That's amazing.
Look how tweaked it is.
Can I have a go?
You ever tried jumping over the moon?
Great idea. You prep the stick, I'll be back in a flash.
Guys, I still don't understand.
All yours, Gav. There you go, dude. A cow really can jump over the moon.
I still don't get it.
Here's a quick art tip of how to draw a muscle man. So I'm going to give him a nice chunky head, a bit of a chiseled jaw, in my mouth, some eyes, a bit of hair. Now for the muscles. We go straight onto the shoulders. Now you're going to be circular, big biceps. And the arms are going to end with tiny hands, just to accentuate the big muscles. Now the body's going to be kind of V-shape, all the way down to his feet. That just highlights the idea of having really big, strong, broad shoulders. Now on his chest, some pectorals, little squiggles for a six-pack. I'm also going to give this guy a couple of big dumbbells that he's easily lifting. There you go, a quick art tip.
Why don't you flex your artistic muscles and have a go?
Hey, what have these guys got?
Ricky, can you make all with masking tape?
OK, I'm sticking with you.
Yay!
So what are your names?
Callum and Kian.
Nice to meet you guys, and where are you from?
Leicester.
Masking tape is a great suggestion. I'll just go and grab some things. I've got some watercolour paper, some watercolour paints, and I couldn't find any masking tape. Can I borrow yours?
Yeah. Okay.
Sweet. I'm going to use masking tape to make a wild picture. So I'm going to start by taping it down to the table, and that means that it won't move And when I'm getting the paper wet, it won't all crease up. I'm going to tape lines across the paper. So what kind of art do you guys like to do?
Drawing.
What do you draw?
Superheroes.
Ah, cool. What kind of powers do they have?
Lasers.
Awesome. I'm going to get a bit of masking tape and I'm going to cut down it to create a thinner piece so I have different sizes on my picture. Have you guys ever made art with masking tape?
Yeah.
What did you do?
A mummy.
A mummy?
I wrapped up my actual mummy.
Your actual mum. Poor mum. I'm going to add my slightly thinner one further back, and these masked off lines are going to become trees later on, so a thinner one further back would look like it's away in the distance, using a little bit of perspective. I've also got some slightly thinner strips of masking tape, and I'm going to start dotting these around across the others. I'm really building up all the masking tape over my paper. Right, guys, now I can start painting. I'm going to start just by wetting my paper so that it's ready for the paint. Just going to wet it all up like this. So I'm going to start with some purple. Guys, I'm doing a little technique here with the paint. I'm mixing it all up to get a dappled light effect. So I don't have to be neat at all, I can make a right mess. Now I'm going to move on to the top colour, and for that, I'm going to do a nice rich yellow, and that's because yellow is the complementary colour of purple. Literally just go in for it with the yellow now.
Do you like drawing at home?
If I'm watching TV, yeah, I'll just be sketching and drawing in my pad, doing doodles. I'm just dotting on a slightly darker colour now, and I want to dap it a little bit more, so I'm going to add a little bit of water and just drip it on.
My picture doesn't look amazing yet, but it will soon. Honest.
Now I need that to dry, and I'm going to use my ninja skills. There we go, lovely and dry. Now I'm going to start peeling off the masking tape. What's great here is all the places where the masking tape was has been kept perfectly white, and I've got these really nice crisp lines.
It looks really good.
Ah, thanks.
And now I get to do the long ones. Oh, look at that. I have to be careful when I'm peeling off the masking tape, just in case it takes up a bit of the paper as well and ruins the picture. So I'm just taking my time. Now I'm going to add some shadows. So I'm going to add a little bit of grey, all along one side of all of my white lines, on the right-hand side of the vertical pillars, and on the underside of the diagonal ones, because the light is all coming from one direction, not the band. Just doing some very quick horizontal and vertical marks with a couple of quick little diagonal ones. I'm using a flat, fine brush, but you can just use a thin brush. This is looking really good, guys. I hope you like it. Are you ready to see it?
Yeah!
Get a load of this. You see what it is? They're trees with a lovely sort of purpley floor and a beautiful, dappled, bright yellow sky. Well, I think it's so good, it deserves a frame. So, guys, what would you rate it?
We give it a 10!
Oh, great. Thanks for your suggestion, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye!
All this waiting around is sending me Dotty.
Hello, I am Japanese artist Yayoi Kozama. Why don't you take your mind off it with some Dotty art?
Great plan. I'm going to paint a picture of hundreds of dots using some bubble wrap.
I am famous for lots of different types of art, with one thing in common: dots.
Why dots?
The dots are a symbol of the world, the cosmos. The Earth is a dot. You and me are dots. Sayonara.
Oh, bye. I'm going to start by squeezing out some of this paint and painting it onto the bubbly side of the bubble wrap. I need to get a good coverage quite quickly because I don't want the paint to dry, and this means I get a much cleaner, spotty print. If you're doing this at home, put paper down because it can get quite messy. Great, that's a good coverage. Now I'm going to put my paper over the top and get a print of all the dots. I'm going to press it down everywhere to make sure I get a nice even print. Check that out. That looks brilliant. But if I'm going to make a really cool picture, I need lots of coloured dots on lots of different pieces of coloured paper. So I'll just ninja some more. There we go. My picture's going to be made up of lots of layers, so for that, I'm going to need a template. So I'm going to draw one out on here. I'm going to be drawing a football boot, but you can draw anything you like. Just drawing the back of the heel, and then the underside of the sole. And these lumpy bits here, these are the studs of my football boots. And the tongue. I'm simplifying a lot of the shapes, so it just makes my template easier to cut out. I'm going to add some stripes to my boots, and to draw a nice straight line, I'm going to use a ruler. Right, now I'm going to cut that out. For the first part of my picture, I'm going to use the whole template, and then after that, I'm going to cut it down into the separate shapes. Now I'm going to draw around my template on this lovely green and yellow spotty paper I made. If you're worried about your pen or pencil slipping, either tack the template to the dotted paper, or you can draw it on the back, and it doesn't matter at all. There we are. Now I'm going to cut my template into separate segments and draw around them on the different coloured dotty papers. Those two bits are going to go onto the blue and red piece of paper. On this one, I'm going to have the inside of the boot and the back of the heel, and on this one, the stripes. Now I'm going to draw around the parts that I cut out. There we go. Now I need to cut all of these out, and I'm going to use my ninja skills. Check it. I'm going to start assembling them on this lovely piece of blue and white spotty card. And I'm just gluing these down with a glue stick. I'm going to put on the studs now. And that's a lovely bit of colour contrast there, isn't it? The red and the green. Good thing about using the glue stick is that when you push it down, you can slide it until the positioning is just perfect. The tongue's on, and now just the laces. Here we go. A picture made entirely of coloured dots, and I think it's so good it deserves a frame. Check it out.
I'm okay, man. Greetings, dude!
Haven't got long. I'm really hungry.
I have food.
Oh, great.
Food for thought.
Ah,
Step number 888 to enlightenment.
I wish I had 8.
A mechanical oval yoke holder.
A cracking egg surprise.
Yeah. You need to start with some card, dudes. Pierce the card with a pencil and modeling clay. Do it on one end and in the middle. Make little crosses with the card. Connect them together with pipe cleaners. Twist and lock, guys. Make 2 and connect them. This can be fiddly. Draw an egg shape with some cracks. Next, draw a smiley snake and give it some color. Cut out the egg. Surprise! And the snake. Put some glue on the snake and the card. And glue everything together, dudes. A mechanical oval yoke holder. Cool. Lesson 888 complete.
Thanks, Grandmaster. I am enlightened. You're a good egg.
You are most welcome.